Boom, 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 boom. What was I doing? I was potting. Yes. Glass is kind of dirty. Ah! Swap the thingy. Noodable. Jesus. I think that's like 90-something% accuracy. Just a little roll. It is what it is. It is what it is. Positic. Not ideal. Good morning, David. Don't worry, now you can get to watch it live. Gonna throw a rock here, probably. Click the boulder. Oh, that attacked away. Before we get into hitting the boss, let's do some regular red X. All that. At least this is a huge upside to it. If you mess up, you just do regular red X. Oh, what exactly? We had a little incident with the boulders. People unironically do this. Oh my god. Sometimes, you know, like the devil in me just trash talks. Whenever I have to I'm forced to red X the regular way, just hate it. $333. Toxic side of me speaks sometimes. This puzzle layout kind of sucks here, but worse. Is the game music? Nah. You can look at the video description for all the musics I'm using. I'm using the music replacer plugin on the plugin hub. I essentially downloaded the MP3s of the ones, the soundtracks I wanted to use. That's me posting. There probably is a bot for it. I know there's a Twitch bot. I don't know if there's a YouTube version of it, and I didn't bother looking. I'm like, it's fine. I'll just post it myself. In case you're interested in any particular soundtrack that I was listening to. Should add everyone? I could do that. But Bone Dagger reminder, okay. 7. I don't like to add everyone, to be honest. I get really annoyed when I get added. Sceptre. How's it going, AJ? Welcome back to the stream. Omelet, ooh, huge. Omelet. Ooh, I guess they could just mute the ad every once. That's what I do anyway. The second I log onto any server, I just like turn off everything. Even my own Discord. I just check it manually every day. I'll also take because I wasn't ready for that swarm to interrupt my click like that. Uh-oh. Alright. Almost done, goofed. Does that take loss on a bug? Maybe. Maybe. Dang it. Should dodge manually there. Wasn't sure what the timing was on that very last one. The slow one. Thank you, though. Was indeed take level 4 Akka, and that was a 6-minute on a level 2 Kephri. That's absurd. Scam game. Why did I smash my pickaxe? No. This is gonna suck. I mean, I have a workaround. I messed up. I can fix it. So what do you want to do? There you go. I will have death charge in case it goes wrong. I use new monkey room. For me, it doesn't change anything. Jagex definitely failed in their goal to make it a noob friendly room though. Ammo. The goal of the update failed. It works fine for me, but that's kind of because I'm using a webweaver. I do think people need to take some time to get used to it regardless. And I'm okay with Jagex taking the stance like, you know, we actually think the room could be more skill expressive and we're okay with it being harder but more rewarding at the high end. Sure, I would be okay with that mindset, but that's not the mindset that sounded like they were going for in the blog. It sounded like they wanted to make the room easier and more noob friendly from how I read it, and I think they failed. One of the biggest problems is that, yes, being able to control the shaman, to poison the shaman, is kind of cool so that it stops summoning thralls. The problem is, it now mages you. I don't think they foresaw that. Like, obviously they knew, I hope they know that the mage attack is in the game. But although you can control when you want to poison it, you can't control not poisoning it. Like, you can have 100% poison rate, which is cool, but you can't not poison it if you're using a blowpipe, right? And a lot of people are going to use blowpipe because it's, you know, BIS for, like, not BIS, but it's their BIS for, like, obelisk, wardens, swarming Kephri, Akka. You know, those are all, like, valid reasons, like, extremely valid reasons to have a blowpipe, so it's not like everyone can just get a webweaver. And, like, what about if you're, like, an Iron Man? You're gonna bofa the waves? That's terrible. So, like... webweaver better than blowpipe? If you're using the blowpipe to its fullest, which is kind of difficult, to be honest, then blowpipe is better. Yeah, like, you could theoretically toggle the venom on the blowpipe. It'd be the same room, but better for a lot of people. Because right now, the second you blowpipe a shaman, you have to fully commit to killing that shaman, or you're just gonna get maged down really bad. Like, you don't really have a choice right now. You don't know when it's poisoned either. I mean, what they could do is... they could do something simple, like, let's say if you poison a shaman, it instantly takes 10 damage. Something simple like that. It would be very visible for the players. It'd be easier because, you know, obviously you get some free damage. And then people can know when to pray mage. They're like, oh, if you see a poison splat on the shaman, that's a good thing. You instantly want to pray mage because it's going to start maging you. That would be a small change they can do to ease it, because then, you know, you would just kill it a lot faster. People would be very incentivized to have, like, a venom. Yeah, a 1 could be good for, like, like a fake notification. I think 10 would be more fair if someone's gonna bother bringing a Serp helm. Like, you know, I think they should be rewarded a little bit for it. But yeah, some sort of notification that you poisoned it would be great. Oh, it's not dead. I'm just wasting DPS. I don't know why I thought it was dead. I mean, if they want to go the easiest possible route, just remove the mage attack on the shaman. It'd be super easy mode. Like if it's venom, they can't mage. Like something like that. Or poison, they can't mage. Like if they want to go the noobiest possible route, that would be the route to go, right? It just doesn't like damage anymore, fuck it. The noobs would be so happy. If it's venom, it just stands there and takes up a rune cap. It's literally just there. Just like my FFAs, man. Just stand there. Just have a useless unit taking up the room space. Oops. You just have a space waster in the room. Why did I dodge into that? Why did I not adrenaline for that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's fine. Yeah. You never know. Sometimes you done goof, take like 7 orbs. I need to remember to adrenaline for the sceptre, because I know I'm gonna miss the first one. Because this is how it goes, you know. If you don't do it, you're gonna miss the first one. You know, I really want to bring the Inquisitor Mace instead of the Rapier. It's objectively better. It hits the same amount and has 2 prayer bonus, but can't put an ornament kit on it, and I want to show off my holy kit, so lucky, you know. Look, I missed my first one. And I remember to adrenaline. Yeah, like I think getting a free venom on the shamans should just instantly, in my opinion, hit like a 10, and it should be very visible so that people know to pray mage, and they'll probably be dead by then anyway, like a low invo. A flat number would be good because the HP scales based on the invo, so even if it was like 5, it'd be a great help for, let's say, like a 200 invo runner. But it wouldn't be as helpful to someone running like, you know, a 500 where it has more health. Would you say in a Bofa setup? No. Well, here's the way I would see it. You should use the blowpipe. You can use the Bofa if you're like losing a lot of ticks. I messed up. I had to move backwards. Ah, pain. Don't bite. I'm innocent. Alright. I meant to skip. I meant to move backwards. Then skip. I wouldn't recommend buffing the shamans personally. It's a lot of DPS loss compared to blowpipe. I mean, you know what you could do? You could open up with a Bofa as you get closer. That's not that bad of an idea. and then simply just start blowpiping as you get closer. It's a good compromise, but I wouldn't camp a Bofa. That's really low DPS. Because Bofa's good against things with defense, and none of the monkeys have defense, which is why it's bad. That's why the webweaver is actually better, because it's a 3-tick. So it has less overkill than the Bofa too. But regardless, you can try to... It wouldn't be as bad as before, because before you need to kill all the shamans yourself, right? Now you can kind of cheat by using... You can kind of cheat now by using the volatiles on the shamans anyway. Because you're not really dealing DPS to them. You're just hitting something else in the meantime. That being said, Bofa is just bad DPS in that room in general, unfortunately. So, better to use other things. In practice, it's not as bad as it was before, ELDR, but it's still not good. LDRs. Yeah, like you would basically, every time a volatile comes up, drop everything you're doing to basically like work with volatiles and... But... Yeah, like basically kill everything other than the shaman. The thing is, in the mid waves, there are 2 shamans that you're just gonna have to like... Like, you have to kill them because there's no volatile sometimes. And you don't want to just sit there bow-playing them, but you can open up with one. Or you can hide from them, but I wouldn't recommend that. Because you can't hide from them forever if there's a puzzle timing. But feel free to try. I'm sure an experienced player using a Bofa can get like 240, 250. Maybe not 240, like 250s consistently on the room solo. But yeah, we should have a blowpipe here. No, I didn't one-shot it there. Don't hurt me. I'm sterile. Alright. I healed to 118 to start the room. That's so good. That gives me more time for that orb. Don't touch me, I'm sterile. I mean, like, do what you want, right? Personally, as an Ironman, I would always have Bofa. Not Bofa. I would always have blowpipe. If I was an Iron, I would always have blowpipe for the spec for Akka / Baba boulders. It's so juiced there. Like, assuming you're just like an Iron with like a Bofa thanks, it's very common. A lot of trapdoors. Dude, this allow me to like fume myself on purpose to delete all adjacent monkeys. Imagine. Like, it says pillars and you just fume yourself to delete all adjacent monkeys. Does DC proc on all this stuff? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Right underneath me, huh? Dalton starting an Ironman? It's fun when I'm playing the leagues, and then I just know I'm gonna hate grinding out like Zolver or something. And Shopscape, any form of Shopscape that exists, I will heavily want to quit. Really early for that sun, but I don't care. have a lot of prayer. I have death charts, which I normally don't have. At the end of the day, I can't stop anyone from doing whatever, you know. If someone wants to bofa, they can bofa. I can't stop. Choose not to raid with them if someone does it. If you're doing teams, honestly, the bofa's not that bad. It's got good uptime. You don't have as much like egregious overkill, but someone's gonna deal with the thralls, you know. If you're doing solos, you're gonna be in there for like a hot minute. I had someone ask me a really funny question. Early on into ToA release, they said, okay, I know Bofa has a lot of overkill in the monkeys, but what if I bring Masori and then bring my Bofa for the room? I was like, what? They said, basically what they told me was, what if I purposefully downgraded so that it's not as bad? I'm like, that's literally just worse. I'm like, yeah, your overkill's not as bad, but your DPS is just worse now. Why would you do that to yourself? They're funny, they're funny. Unironically, I kind of wanted to try out Void, because I realized how little I'm ranging this place. I wonder if Void is more DPS than Masori for the Wardens. I haven't actually tried, like, not Masori. Pretty much had Masori since release. I'm not ready to commit, you know, 4 range switches. It'd be like ToB, where you would have Void about the cape. I'm gonna guess it's not better. Yeah, right? You would have no accuracy, but I don't know. You never know how Jagex formulas work. But it would be crazy for Monkey Room, though. Does the DPS calc actually work for P2? I thought P2 formula was a mystery, to be honest. Like the actual numbers. But it would be nice for Monkey Room to have me Void over Masori. That being said, have you ever like using blowpipe in Void? It's dog water. Unlucky. I assume it only hits like 35 or something. It's fine, I like my chill setup anyway. My 8 restores. I actually thought about doing my webweaver and just bringing a blowpipe anyway, and having like shitty darts in there, like amethyst or something. I could just swarm of those instead. I wouldn't use the blowpipe anywhere else. It'd be the same switches as blowpipe. Oh, I should prop him back there. And I would just use the blowpipe and not care about the darts. Honestly, with dragon darts being 800, I should just use those anyway. But and I can just use the blowpipe when it's convenient to use it. $859 with pretty much killing the skulls. I may not pull out killing the skulls. Hey, good start to the stream. I should pose. Thumbs down, true. Sorry, Jagex. Won't thumbs down anymore. Don't bomb my house. Who shoots a random firework at 2:50 p.m.? I hate this neighborhood sometimes. How is that entertaining to you? Can't even see it with the sunlight. I doubt it. I have time to, I think, hit both of these. Probably hit this one more time. I shouldn't lure it away so quickly, actually. Not my best monkey room. I mean, I did get triple shaman ending, which is really sad for webweaver. Because, like, you know, it won't always work out. But whatever. My prayer points got annihilated by the sea of thralls. Ooh, 27. Bro, my HP is chilling though. Let's get a world record, Baba. Lost a tick. Let's leave. The boon opening is so annoying. I don't think I actually want a red X for longer than this. Regular red X. I think you guys are just gonna open up too many sarcophagus. Or yeah, cracked P1 for this kind of P2. This P3 is okay though. $322, about average. Average overall. Oh, freebie. Love me some freebies. Do me one more time and you're getting 0 times. That's it. Lucky. How dare you? I feel so offended by that scarab every time. Bone Dagger for Baba Kephri? Yeah, just those two spots. I mage as a box, so no use there. I have safe spotted this agile by accident. A sucker. You know, it's actually possible if you want to be super sweaty to trap all of the agiles in this cage and take no damage from them at the end. It's like a very niche thing you can do, but if you wanted to like run them all the way into the cage, that's a thing. And they actually can't see you on that side. Kind of don't like it though, to be honest. If you have chins, I like the point farm off them at the end. Fully swarm? No. You can get, I think, up to 2. I mean, 3 will go in if you just use webweaver and chins, but you might be able to do 2. I don't know though, I haven't tried. And it involves using like undead grasp on the very last one. I don't know if you can make it to only 2 goes in. Which would still be efficient to do if you can do it to 2 of them. That can't be efficient. Should just do it on the singular one, I guess. This is a 0 time thing. Bone Dagger reduces defense based on how much you hit. So hit a 19 and reduced 19 defense. Similar to BGS. It's better than BGS in higher invos because these guys have really, really high slash defense, so BGS doesn't hit as often. These guys also don't get any extra value from hitting like a very high number with BGS. A little bit of lag there. Brain lag plus actual lag. Yeah, also overly draining means I don't even get 2 attempts through my specs. I want to find out if there's a consistent way to stack like 5 agiles on that tile. I mean, other than hitting the eggs, but I'd rather not hit the eggs. Hello? Hit the thing? I like trapping him north or east. Oh, did I sound like PSO2 for a second? Because it was. I used the music replacer to change the intermediate music. Whatever that shit means, you know, like the in-between music. To PSO2. Like right there. That game lives rent-free in my head. I like to trap the ranger where I can't remember where I trap him, but I like to trap him where he is, which I think is north, because I don't want to deal with him south. South is a little bit closer to the exit, and then it's also a little bit easier with... Ooh. Alright. And it's also a little bit easier to deal with... not deal with, chin agiles onto Kephri on the south side. Not by a huge amount. It's completely preference where you want to do it. In terms of dung setup, I also like doing it north more, because it's harder to lose ticks setting up. Whereas with the other one, when you trap it east, you have to back up a little bit more. For I think both dungs, I can't remember the order. Ow. But it's not a massive difference, regardless of which method you want to do, so... I'm not gonna pretend like mine is like some magical like 20-second time save, you know. They're about the same. East trap is easier for swarming? Probably, yeah. It gets less in the way. Ever climbed into not swarming? Gene, this is based. And then you can also like copium yourself with the bone dagger, because if you don't swarm, the bone dagger gets more value. So just like me, for real, for real. Like the bone dagger's getting more value because I'm letting it heal more. Come on. The amount of extra clicks you have to do, I don't think it's worth it either. I didn't mind it when I did it before with the Dins method, but with overly draining I don't have enough spec to make it work. I ran into that anyway. What do you mean you don't have enough power left? Ah! Oh, my adrenaline ran out. Yeah. I was like, why isn't the noise coming online? Funny sun noise, where is it? We go inaccurate. I thought I messed up real bad. I was like, it's all over. I'm gonna die to something while I'm trying to figure out why I can't spec right now. Alright, we live. I lost a tick. Must have walked somewhere. Disgraceful. You have accurate left to 1. Dang. Augury and Zebak, very necessary. IMO. This place, accuracy actually matters a lot. For Wardens, it's not a big deal. Or Akka. I wouldn't have them on at all for Akka. For Wardens, I feel like the blue pyramid is at least what you want to go for minimum. But you should have plenty of restores anyway if you're running a similar setup to this. Honestly, I can probably get away with Augury camping more if I use Blue Pyramid more. Like if I use Blue Pyramid at Warden, I can probably get away with camping Augury here. The majority of my raids. For some reason, I'm used to flicking it, so I can't really change the habit. It's a good habit to have anyway if like you don't mind it. I do mind like flicking my overhead like 24/7 like this, but I don't mind it too much with level 4 Zebak, because his attacks also land on a 5-tick timing, so once you feel out when his attack's gonna land, it's kind of just like easy to flick both for me. Did I time that right where he can melee me? Oh well. If I die, I die. And some people, I use a lot more prayer than most people do at Baba, because you know, I'm doing the 5-tick method, so I just camp. Yeah, level 4 and 5 Zebak, they're all 5-tick. Like the projectile will always land, like here it looks like the attack is coming in 1 tick before mine. It'll stay like that until after specials. But now look, it feels like it's the same tick as mine, so I can always kind of match. Like here, it lands same tick as my attack, so I can just lazy flick both. The mage, the blood barrage being an exception, of course, and enrage being an exception. Makes it very easy to lazy flick your overheads if you want to, for pre-enraged, but you know, it's very sweaty for a lot of people, so I understand if they just want to sit here like this, especially for enraged, right? Like, who's gonna flick their overheads on enraged? Yeah, no blue for 118. I don't want to risk taking a ranged either, in case it like spams Blood Rush. Unlucky. Yeah, sometimes it's really annoying having to pray and hit the jug. I could also flick Piety here, the core, to save some prayer if I really wanted to. But also too lazy. I mean, considering the margins, imagine messing up somehow. Just dooms your 3 down, I would never. Yeah, and I got 3 rests anyway, so why bother? I think. None of them in my vicinity. Take it. Seems like a slow raid overall. And I guess about 35.5 minutes this time around. Unless I start hitting the skulls. Roll over heal. Okay, the back-to-back. Whack. No noise. mid-range. Flame true. What are we on now? 106? I think 106 purples. Like a whole 6-man squad running 300 right now by myself. Oh, lost a tick. All is equal in front of the Chinny Chonker. Doesn't matter if you're a melee or shaman, you will be punished. Sad, I messed up. Massive amounts of skill issue. Dang. Wasted like 20 seconds there. Max it with Shadow? 84 now. No problem, Nate. What a really good, disgusting E1. think that was the bug Molgo Kirby was talking about. When there's like a rock inside of him, it messes with the red X. You can't be close to the setup? No. What the heck? So rude. Forgive my transgressions, fellow Baba. Sarcophagus has... Dude, that's a downtown shot for that sarcophagus. How many downs that core? Just 3. 3 down. Pretty unforgiving on the threshold though. I only barely make it with just rapier. I could add like an elder maul, torture, or like elder maul or torture to help even it out a little bit more. Like if I had bandos, I always use like, I think elder maul would barely make it, not sure. Maybe elder maul with torture. Probably not the most efficient way to do that. This puzzle a little bit poorly. Probably better for take up time to hit Kephri for a little bit. And when it dungs me, I can hit the meleeer. And still not kill it. Oh my god. Unlucky. Interesting. That agile basically won't move. It'll let me corner it. If I had a Din's Bulwark, it'd be great right now. Those guys are actually in range of the Dins. New Akka room? Chillin'. Just hit it. Kinda weird though, having to count your actual hits. Like, gonna get GM in the future? Probably not GM, maybe Masters. Probably Masters at some point. I don't really care about finding like a good 8-man team. I'm definitely not paying anyone. I really don't like those kind of services. Like I'm completely against the whole idea of paying anyone to carry me, because I'm very confident that 8 of me can get it without a doubt. So I don't really care. It doesn't mean any kind of prestige to me. I just adrenaline by accident. Alright, whatever. So, and the rewards aren't that great anyway. I kind of want the thrall timer, but I don't. It doesn't really actually do anything for me, so. Oh, pick up the mirror. Yeah, like the solo ones are fun, but I don't really care about the team ones, to be honest. which is like the main thing for me. I already have the Infernal Grandmaster time 3 years ago. That's not particularly difficult for me either. Oh, I didn't proc there. I'd be down for them to do something like either get the 8-man time or do like, I don't know, a 600 solo as a substitution for it. I feel like if you could do a 600 solo, you're probably good enough to do the 8-man speed. Considering the 8-man speed is a lot easier mechanically to pull off. Oh my god, it lives. Are you kidding me? Well, I guess I can't fail the DPS check because it's gonna teleport while I'm hitting this. That makes me feel any better about it. Into top at all? I have the 2k cape, yeah. I have the Grandmaster, I think, for the 4 time. Messed up. No. Lost a hit there. In a sense, I'm kind of happy that the Grandmasters aren't an amazing award, though, because then I don't really care about going for them. Ooh, I was like, that better not count. I'd be very mad. And teleport. I had piety on in case I switched. I could have fanged. I could have fanged it last second. Hope for a hit. Forgot the sun last second, but okay. It is okay. Level 3 Zebak. I sleep. No. Now I'm bored. Now I don't want to do the raid anymore. He looks lethargic now. Why curse sceptre over BGS? Because BGS won't help me when I'm maging Zebak. BGS reduces melee defense, or just I guess defense. Sceptre reduces defense and magic level. For this boss, the important part is the magic level. Also look at why mage Zebak, like did not mean to shove that dog. Did this one come pre-solved? I think it did. How's it going, future self? I guess one thing nice about level 3 Zebak, you can literally take no damage from the room. We're getting the back 3 back, the B3B. Restores. chilling right now. I'll still not use augury at P3. Can't stop me. What was all that? A little disrespect. Whack over the head. What's the timing for that tick-eat? The way I like to do it these days is I tank the 75 and I use rapid heal, and that'll bring me to 76. When that third orc comes around, when I see it in the chat, I'll do 2 shadows, and then I'll use a sun when I would have done a third shadow. That's the way I've been doing it recently. I think the exact timing is 13 ticks or something after you see the chat message. You think ToA's better than going for DT2 bosses if I'm trying to get a Tbow for a pro? What? Be confused. What does the DT2 bosses have to do with Inferno? I understand like getting shadow for like grinding at the Tbow chambers. Not sure what you mean by the other places. Please elaborate. Yeah, you could also do it like a tick regen. That one's a little bit stricter, and it's not really necessary, so I don't really mess with it. In terms of gold per hour, oh. I mean, if you can only do 340s, I mean, what's your gear looking like? If you have like a Fang and both a Trident, you might want to look at the 400s video I have up for both a Fang Trident. That's a good example of like a money rate you could do with like typical medium gear. How bad on the music? ET2 bosses tend to be pretty low money. You'll probably only make like 6 mil, not counting for deaths. Fang, both a Sang. Then you could probably do 400 with enough practice, and it's fine to, you know, be less experienced and need the practice. But it sounds like you just need some more practice at it. I'm guessing ToA is probably more money, and most especially. The nice thing about ToA, although you do have to commit, let's say like 30 to 40 minutes to a raid, right? You don't have to feel 2 out of 3 copium locked. So I would say ToA. I would rather do ToA. As much as people, for some reason, hate the raid a lot more than like the other 2 raids, I think it's more entertaining than at least doing Desert Treasure 2 bosses. But there's nothing wrong with mixing it up, right? You could just do some Desert Treasure 2, do a little bit of ToA. But I would rather do ToA. And like, yeah, like even if you're at 340, there's no problem just slowly working your way back. Working your way up. It's worth learning to butterfly if you only have sang. No. I wouldn't touch butterfly without a shadow. If you want to learn the 4-tick butterfly, you can do it, but there's only one scenario where it would be really worth, and that's when you're using a bofa on the Akka shadows and dodging Akka while he's trying to melee you. That is the only situation where it's really like good, but that doesn't happen often enough that I think it's really worth learning, especially learning a different butterfly cycle than usual. But I mean, if you want, you can learn it. Nothing wrong with that. You definitely don't want to do it while you're using Sang, because your DPS with Sang is really low. It's going to be very inefficient for drop rate. You're going to be doing Akka for like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, if you do that. And who knows, maybe you can get a solo shadow early. And the Akka changes? Well, it's just the last phase, it's pretty chill. You just sit there and dodge and hit. Definitely a lot easier than before. Because if you just land a bunch of zeros, you're just like, well, I'll just be here for the year. Easy to keep track of the orbs. Yeah, if you're doing like lower invos, you can go on like the craziest dry streaks. Because your drop rate is so low, you know? Like, it's like less than like 5% probably. But once you get into the 400s, it's easy because you just do like 10 raids, you're already on rate. On that one. That's why I don't mind when I go dry, because the definition of me going dry is like 12 raids, you know? Oh. That's lucky. Persona OST, you're wrong. That's Profound Darkness OST. Get your facts right. When are we finishing JoJo with someone? This dude lives in the TFT. When 14,540, so I want just to break over my mask. Be like that. Be like that. You know how like privileged it sounds for us? We're just like, oh, we want to hold like 15 raids dry. People out here are crying at like 50. 50 raids try. I'm just like, ah, a whole 15 raids. All is equal in the Chin world. Yeah, is that a webweaver? It is a webweaver. I'm chilling right now. Super reclined, leaned back, monkey raid, no damage. Ow. I took damage. This monkey though. Jesus. Could you be any more prude? There's only 3 attacks and he slapped me. Also tick there, but whatever. Well, we've run Rapids 3 check, yeah. also take there or whatever. Low shadow is 5-1. .07, pretty fast. A bit above average, not super zoomer, but take it. Webweaver over blowpipe? Probably not. I don't think Webweaver would be worth the slot like that. I'd rather just probably, if you want like a mini compromise, although it's not very efficient, you could probably do like a bofa hit into blowpipe hits for the monkey room. Bofa, so like you don't really lose ticks, and then while you're in between the attack of your bofa, you could, you know, use your blowpipe. I mean, the easiest way to take less damage in the monkey room, if we're talking just monkey room, is probably just to keep your bandos or your best melee gear on, and then pray mage, and can pray mage, pretty much. That's like the easiest possible way to deal with the monkey room in the current state, is to just play it like you did before the change, and just can't pray mage. Your 4-way could be, you know, cape, anguish, blowpipe, and gloves. And then you're just camping, you know, melee armor the whole time. Praying mage. Melee armor will help you against the ranged and the melee attacks. And if you ever blowpipe a shaman, you commit to killing that shaman. It's like the easiest way to possibly deal with it. But you can still get RNG chipped quite a bit doing that. .34 on the bone dagger. Very nice. Light Baron Fang. Very standard. For my last 2 purples. But before that, it was double Masori body, so one day we'll get the staff. For sure, for sure. Probably like 70 or 80 purples try of getting a shadow in solos. Which is, I think, around 3 times rate. Which is whatever. It is what it is. It do be what it do be. The 1 in 27 from the purple chest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1 in 24. Does the rest of your dung matter? Yeah, if you can, try to like save. If you watch that VOD carefully, it's kind of hard to explain. You'll see how I dung the right side like twice in preparation for the final phase. Because after dunging twice on the right side, it's kind of like a zero take loss dung almost. Because when it pushes you back, it's like almost in melee range. Compared to being pushed back all the way, where you have to like run all the way there. So if possible, you try to set up your dung like maybe once on the left or twice on the left. And then try to get like your dung set up on the right side twice for the end. Somewhat of, it's a very minor time save, but you can save yourself like 5 seconds. You always want to dung the left side first in case you're trying to point farm with chins anyway. Because then the agiles will get stuck on the left side dung, and they can kind of throw chins on them while you're getting pushed back on the right side. I always start with the left side by default, and then I'll typically do either another left side or I'll do like right side once or twice. Oops, very humble. Probably doesn't die there, right? Trying to learn insanity. What I would do, I mean, as much as it would hurt you to probably do it, and it feels bad, I'd probably learn insanity in a base 300. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to scale down. No shame in it. Like, when I was learning Double Trouble and Keith back, I would put on soft core. I would scale down too. Nothing wrong with it. It is what it is, right? You scale down and then you scale back up later. I'm not leaving to skip this one. I'd rather take the damage if it's lightning quadrant. If it wasn't obvious, that was not on purpose. Let's just say that. But once again, we are humbled, and Akka spares us. I mean, I wasn't chanced. I don't. It doesn't. Can't hit 65 with melees, but it can hit pretty darn close. I'll tell you that. I think I actually was too late on the melee switch. I am pretty sure. Pretty sure it was too late. Please, Zebak? Yes. Literally squeeze in like two shadows. Or not. 0.1, okay. Fair enough. Unhumbled. I guess it's a little bit of payback. Shot that guy. Is it worth doing a +1? Theoretically, yeah. If I was on like the same def ratio, for sure. But it's a lot of effort. Depends how fast I'm going too, right? I would have to play the other alt. If I'm not playing the other alt, for sure it's not worth. The tick there to dodge that. Wait. Bruh. It's feasible, but seems like a lot of effort. Like, I've been thinking about it for a while. Obviously, I don't even have an account to pull it off with. I do have the money, but I don't have another account. I have some strategies that would work that are a little bit different to like what No Monkey does, and I think I can make an alt work pretty well. That being said, I don't think I would want to. I think, like, what am I gonna do with that crazy amount of money? I'd probably be getting like, what, 30 mil an hour? There are some things I would not like about it. For example, like Akka. He basically does the staircase skip on both accounts with the follow tech. I'd rather run middle by myself. I think that's like an extremely boring way to handle that. Not like he has a choice, of course. And that's what he should be doing if he's gonna use his ult at Akka. I think the raid would be a very unpleasant experience for me. I don't think I would ever do it. I do know how to do Nightmare on 2 accounts at the same time, though. That one was kind of fun. I actually enjoyed that one. I do enjoy the challenge of like playing multiple accounts. But I don't think ToA would be one I would enjoy. Luckily, Nightmare is also really easy in terms of quest requirement training. But ToA would have to do a lot more quests and stuff. How's it going, Arkans? Glad to hear it. Congrats on the fat kit, man. Congratulations. Direct hits. I could have ran this way, but I didn't think about it. I have a social experiment, guys. So I'm a very trusted, I would say I am a relatively trusted source of information, right? If I just say something completely out of my ass, like, I don't know, why did you just sceptre there? Oh, because when Zebak enrages, he resets his magic level. You think people would believe me? And I can just straight up lie and say, I monster examined it, yep. Wonder how long theoretically I could keep a lie like that going for. The right X setup work instantly for P3? No, because P3, so the thing about P3 is that Baba actually attacks every 4 ticks, so you kind of have to do like a little bit of a 2-to-1. The way I do is I do a 2-to-1, and whenever Baba throws a rock throw, I'll make it like a kind of like a 3-to-1, like a rock throw into melee. If she does a slow shadow, you can do it just like before, which is just a regular 5-to-1 with a double fang. Then the weird one is rock throw into shadow, which is technically like before. If you're in my Discord, the general chat has a pin on the Red X guide. I would highly advise reading that, so you know how the cycle works. Essentially, whenever Baba does a slow shadow in P3, you can use that same guide for that. But otherwise, you're gonna have to be careful about the normal attacks. It's not just 2. I would say the easiest way to time it for the P3 cycle, the 2-to-1 cycle, is when Baba melees you, you'll see a hit splat on you. Wait a tick after the hit splat disappears, and then click under her and use that timing. Then you'll do a 2-to-1. Of course, you can study the VODs and see how I kind of do it, but there might be some room for improvement that I haven't figured out yet. There is theoretically a way to make it more hit efficient than that, but it would use a lot of run energy, and you don't really have too much run energy, so I kind of binned that method. Like, you would basically spam super drag on it, but I don't think it's viable because you're gonna run out of run energy. Not to mention, it is more annoying to do super drags all the time. Which is why you can see, like, for P3, if it doesn't work out and I lose a lot of HP, you'll just see me end up doing a regular red X instead of, like, bothering because of run energy related problems. But you can theoretically make like a 3-to-1 if you wanted to consume some run energy. You do like a hit into a super drag to like a 2-to-1, and it's so annoying. I would never do that long term. Any advice for inventory management? There is a video on my YouTube channel called upgrading your setup in Tbow. It's a Tbow related video, and it's for like Void into like Bando's Ancestral. I would watch that video even if you're not doing Tbow. It teaches a concept called corresponding switches. You can see I kind of have something like a corresponding where I have my top, my legs, and then like a weapon. Like usually it's like here. And that's like an easy way to like organize your inventory, just to use corresponding switches. Making your switches match up is really nice. It doesn't matter if you want to do them vertically like this. You could also do a horizontal setup. A lot more players prefer horizontal anyway, but that concept still applies. I feel like for me, corresponding switches are the way to go. So that's how I'll make like a 3-way range work. Theoretically, it'd make it even easier if you just do this. This is corresponding technically. Does the accursed sceptre actually help on P3? I think it saves you like a whole 6 seconds on P3. Very irrelevant if you don't want to. Like, use your adrenaline here. It's up to you. P4, basically no. You can actually use an accursed sceptre in place of a BGS, in case you're like a niche Iron Man who has an accursed sceptre but not a BGS. It's actually a pretty decent substitute for P3, P4. Because you hit so often, and Warden actually has a decent base defense that you actually get a lot of value off of it. Is it still worse than a BGS? I think it is by a good bit, but it's not too far off. It's definitely better than like Bone Dagger. You're like ranging wardens using Accursed Sceptre as a substitute for BGS. But for Shadow, you only save like 6 seconds. I don't remember the last time I had the double sun, so for me, I just use it. I usually don't sun at all, or P4 anymore. And it's not like I have DPS specs anyway. Is warrant the reset defense on P4? Yeah. What you should do is go for a BGS on P4 at least once and just pray it hits. Because it's definitely worth it if you're ranging. It's up to you if you want to send more if you miss. You can make the argument that the DPS specs help you prevent you from being last road. But I would recommend probably sending at least 1 or 2 BGSs. Try to hit like at least a 40. Because it's very hard to do like last roll without losing a bunch of ticks. Yeah, you can technically make the argument that, oh, the Void Wakers are an investment to not get lacerod. But also on like a skill thing, you should practice. It's more efficient to use BGS, and you should practice being lacerod a little bit for high info raids when you go for the fan kit. It's more than likely inevitable, like a fan kit run where you're less experienced. I would dodge one more. That one was pretty early. Like it fell pretty early. Just playing yourself thinking it fell faster for P4? I mean, it probably does give you a layer of consistency, not gonna lie. But it's probably very minor. It's like probably like 1 hit. For P3, I'm pretty sure it stays like 6 seconds though, which is actually better than like a Void Waker, I think. But again, very minor. So here's a good tip for P4. Don't fear the big shadows. Click the big shadows, because after they pop, they're basically like safe tiles for like 2 seconds. That's why you'll see me click big shadows like this, instead of open spaces. And if you do it right, clicking big shadows all the time, you can pretty much guarantee you're still like 0 damage runs. I'll click onto a big shadow. No, it's safe for about 2 seconds. I checkmated a little bit there. Do you have a favorite Calamity soundtrack? Calamitous. For me, it's Calamitous. Sulphurous Worm is one of my favorite ones. And then there was another one, I can't think of the name. Crabulon Infestation is definitely one of my favorite ones. Crabulon is a banger. For me, I think Crabulon. I'm gonna say my favorite one. I really like the Profane Guardians one as well, but it doesn't go well with OSRS, so I don't really play it. I actually don't like the Devourer one too much, surprisingly. A lot of people, it's their favorite, but it's not my favorite. Estes Cosmos is really good, yeah. I just like the worm ones in general. Why is this guy piping up? How many raids have I done today? Holy schmoly, I think I've done 4 so far. I think we'll call a break on 4. Pretty happy with 4. Gotta sell my little shreds of money here. Alright guys, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I didn't know my camera exposure has been auto-changing itself. That's why it's kind of